I'm Libby Jackson. I work at the UK Space Agency and I'm the Human Exploration Programme Manager. What that means is that I'm a civil servant, work for the government, and it is my job to make sure that the UK gets the best it can from our investments in human exploration. From Tim Peake through to the science experiments and the scientists up and down the UK who are doing those experiments on the International Space Station and in facilities around the world, through to the industry who are building these things, including things like the Lunar Gateway, the small space station that's going to be out near the moon in the coming decade. I have always been fascinated by human spaceflight, right from when I was a young girl. But it took me quite a while to realize that, but maybe this interest of mine could actually be a job. It wasn't until I was in my teenage years that I found out that the UK has a space sector, that we manufacture satellites. And after I did degrees in physics and then in space engineering, I tried to get a job in that sector. And I was able to get a graduate job at a company called Airbus, working as part of a team that was going to install a mission control center for satellites here in the UK. And I thought that was amazing because I have always been fascinated by human spaceflight and particularly mission control. So to work in that area was a dream come true. But I kept my eyes open, I kept searching, and I discovered that Europe was going to be a part of the International Space Station. And so I did nothing more than look for jobs online. I applied for them and I was able to get a job working in Munich at ESA's Mission Control Center for the ISS, where first I was an instructor and then I became a flight controller and then finally a flight director. So I was in mission control, working with the astronauts, working with the scientists and the experiments, just like you see in the movies, every day, handling problems, making sure that the space station kept running the way it should. And it was a dream job, absolutely amazing. Some people say, so why did you leave that? Why are you now at the space agency back here in the UK? And my path here really was following Tim Peake. When his flight assignment got announced back in 2013, I really wanted to be a part of that mission. And when there was an opportunity to work for the UK Space Agency running the education program for his flight, I knew that I wanted that job. I jumped at it. So I applied for the job, was over the moon when I got it, and spent 2 or 3 very intense years putting together and running the program of activities that supported Tim's flight here in the UK, where we reached over 2 million children in 1 in 3 schools across the UK, using the power of space to really open their eyes to the excitement of science and engineering and the amazing range of opportunities that exist in the space sector. And so my message to you today really is that if you are interested in space, there absolutely is a job for you. And whether you're interested in space or not, the key, I think, to success, to doing things in life is to do the things that you enjoy. If you do the things you enjoy, you'll do them well, you'll smile. And by doing that, you'll find your way through life and your path that leads you to do the things that you perhaps never even dreamed could be possible. Thanks for listening.